Strawberries are more than plentiful this time of year. The deeper we get into the summer season, the sweeter they become. Combine it with another summer favorite, tart and refreshing lemons, and you get this quick and simple no-bake strawberry lemonade pie. To make this tasty treat in your own kitchen, stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamisha and you are watching A Mouthful. So today I'm going to show you how to make a quick and simple little to no bake dessert. So what do you do when you have lemons and strawberries? You make a delicious no bake creamy lemon cheesecake and top it off with a classic strawberry pie. And what do you get? You get strawberry lemonade pie. So let's go ahead and get right into the recipe and I'm going to show you how to make it. Alright, so let's talk about our pie crust. Now I am starting out with 2 pre-baked graham cracker crust. This is a 9-inch pie crust. Now the beauty of this recipe is that you can use whatever kind of pie crust you want. You can do a shortbread pie crust, you can do the refrigerated dough crust if you want to, and just bake those off. It's really up to you. I'm choosing to use graham cracker just because I think that it holds up with the consistency of the no-bake cheesecake as well as the strawberries. But if you wanted to also do a pie crust without baking it to make this recipe completely no-bake, that is completely up to you. So let's go ahead and get started on our lemon. Okay, so in our mixing bowl, I have 1 softened bar of cream cheese. I've just had this sitting out on the counter for about an hour to get it completely softened. And I also have 1 container of whipped topping. This is also 8 ounces. And what we're going to do is we're going to add to it a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. And in here I have about a half a cup of already squeezed lemon juice. I went ahead and squeezed it off camera, you guys, just so I don't get lemons all over the place, and also that way I can pick out the seeds as well. And what I'm going to do as well is I like a lot of lemon. I love that pucker from lemons. So I'm going to take a little bit of zest and get it into our filling as well. And you can also add lemon flavoring if you want. You can add vanilla extract as well. It's completely up to you. So we're going to get this in. And it's really important to make sure that your cream cheese is at room temperature, just so that you can get a nice smooth consistency once you blend this all together. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get my hand mixer and get this all blended, and then we're going to get into our pie crust. Alright, so here is our lemon filling for our icebox pie, and this is nice and smooth. So what I'm going to do is get this into both of my prepared graham cracker pie crusts. Now at this point, if you were only going to make the lemon pie and you wanted to omit the strawberry layer, you can actually use all of this for a deep dish pie pan, maybe have a little bit of extra left over. But I'm going to divide this into both of my pans so that I can maybe about halfway up to leave enough space to actually put our strawberries on top as well. So let me get this into the pan and I'll come back and show it to you. Alright, so I have our pie crust filled, and I put about 2 cups worth of the filling in each one. I did it off camera just because I didn't want to make a mess on camera, but I have about 2 cups of filling in each crust, and I actually had about a cup of filling left over that we'll use for something else. So I'm going to go ahead and get this into the refrigerator and let it start to firm up, and we're going to start working on our strawberry topping now. Okay, so what I'm doing now is just giving my strawberries a good rinse. They've already been soaked just to get them clean. And what I like to clean my fruit with is, today I just used the rest of the lemon that we use for our icebox pie. But I also like to soak them maybe like an apple cider vinegar just to get them cleaned up. And this is about 2 pints. That's about 2 pints of strawberries that we're going to use. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut the stems off of them and get them halved up for our pie. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started on our syrup, which is going to thicken for our strawberries. So you need a whisk, which is super important. In my saucepan, I already added in 1½ cup of water, as well as 1 1/4 cup of sugar. And then I also added 2½ tablespoons of cornstarch. So actually, let me turn that. That's a little loud, isn't it? Let me turn that down a little bit. So what we're going to do is this is going to come to a boil. We're going to keep whisking it just so it doesn't clump up or anything because that cornstarch, it looks like it's nice and combined. And then once this comes to a boil, we're going to remove this from the heat and then add in one 3-ounce package of strawberry gelatin. Alright, so we're just going to keep whisking this until it comes to a boil, and I'm going to go ahead and just set my strawberries in the refrigerator just so they can stay cold while we're waiting for this portion to finish. And as you can see, I just took our strawberries and just quartered them. And the one thing that I love about this recipe is that it is so simple to make, but strawberries just make anything beautiful, so you don't really need to do much to dress this this recipe up to make it look pretty, because the strawberries, honestly, they're their own showpiece altogether. So I'm gonna set this in the refrigerator, let it get cold, bring this to a boil, and then we're going to wrap everything. Okay, so as you can see, this is to a nice boil and it has thickened up. So we're going to go ahead and turn this off and then add in our 3-ounce pack of strawberry gelatin. And let's go ahead and get this whisked together. Ooh, that strawberry smells so good. That smells so good. Okay. You want to make sure there's no clumps, but it's going to melt pretty good because this is hot. And be careful because this is very hot. All right, that's looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I've already pulled out our icebox lemon pies. So this, and you can see this is firmed up already. There is no movement to that at all. So I'm going to wash my hands real quick and then go ahead and get our fresh strawberries topped on here. Let me just get my hands washed. I'll be right back, you guys. Okay, so there is no special way in how to get your strawberries in here. I'm just going to use my hands. You want to fill both pies up with your fresh cut strawberries, probably about maybe 2 cups each, because most of you know I'm making 2 pies. But if you were going to use a deep dish, you would not need as many strawberries. You would probably only just need just 2 cups, period, or 1 pint. This dessert is perfect. Let me move this out the way so y'all can see. So this dessert is so perfect for any occasion because it's so pretty. You can take it to a picnic, a barbecue, anything, any occasion, any holiday. People are going to love it. So let me finish getting those filled and then I'll show you what. All right, so we have all of our strawberries into our pie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this back into the refrigerator to let it stay cool as we let our strawberry syrup gel cool down a little bit, because I don't want to pour this directly onto the pie yet, simply because we have our cheesecake filling down here and I don't want to get that loosened up and kind of disturb the bottom layer. So we're going to let that cool for about maybe 10 to 15 minutes and then we'll go ahead and get that poured. All right, so our gel has cooled down and what I'm going to do is start spooning this over our strawberries. And would you guys believe if I told you this is as simple as it gets? This is it. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our strawberries covered, and then this is going to sit in the refrigerator until this gel solidifies, which is going to be about a couple of hours until everything cools. Get this one covered, and I'm making a mess. All right, you guys, so I think this is all that I'm going to use. I don't want the gel to spill over the rim of the pie pan. Like I was saying, this recipe is really called for a deep dish, but I didn't have that. So if you had a deep dish, this would be just the right amount to cover your strawberries. And so yeah, guys, that is it. We're going to pop this in the refrigerator and let it sit for about maybe 3 to 4 hours. If you were making this overnight, it would be perfect because you could put it in the refrigerator and pull it out in the morning and eat it for breakfast if you want to. Top it with some whipped cream and maybe an extra sliced strawberry for presentation, and that is it. You have your delicious no-bake icebox strawberry lemonade pie. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I definitely hope that you give it a try. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a happy Sunday.